Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to make a Care Bear Valentine's inspired nail art design. Here is what we're going to create today, and we're going to get right into it. So we've got a couple of Madam Glam gel polishes, we've got Legacy and Baby Pink, and those are actually the two colours we're going to use. And then we've got some stamping plates, so we've got two Care Bear plates from Moe London. Quick disclaimer in case you are new to the channel, I use quite a lot of Moe London stuff because I've kind of been buying from them for a very long time, but they have now started to discontinue their stamping range, and that's what I use basically from them only. And they used to be just a stamping range company, but now they've started doing strips and all sorts of things, but they're discontinuing the stamping range. So if I were you, and if there is anything you like that I'm using from Moe London today or any of my other videos, don't hesitate to go and check the website out, because they have a massive sale on their stamping stuff, and once it's gone, it's not going to be coming back. So if there was anything you like, definitely run and go get it. I've actually, a little sneak peek I guess, I did actually place an order on their website very recently. They've literally got stamping plates for £1. That's crazy. So I went and I placed an order on the stamping plates I still don't have, which is still crazy because I've got so many of this stuff. It just shows how long they've been doing stamping stuff, because they've got so many plates and I still don't have all of them, which is wild. So I did place another order just to get my hands, and they've literally got a really cute range of cartoony stuff too. So yeah, definitely check them out. So now that we've got our background shades and everything sorted, we are going to start with the nail art. So we're going to start off with a base coat. Don't cure this. We're going to then place some glitter. So I've got two containers here that I've depotted myself. So I've got some large hearts and some smaller ones. And I'm going to kind of place it just kind of in the center, but I am going to drag it a bit up and a bit down. The reason I did that is because I knew I was going to stamp down some wording and I still wanted it to come through, so I needed it a bit higher up and a bit lower up so that the stamping doesn't just cover it all up. So we're just gonna take our time and place it down. So this nail, I was inspired by a lot of girlies who do acrylics often do these kind of nails, and then they mat the nails down and they look so cool. So this was basically my attempt at doing that with just regular gel polish, and it's just also a little show that you can still do it with gel polishes. You don't need acrylic to create that kind of look. So here I'm just playing about. As you can see, I'm just using the regular nail art brush. You don't need anything too crazy. If you just dip your brush into some base coat, the brush will just be sticky, and then you can just pick up individual hearts and place it down where you want it. Then go ahead and cure it. Off camera, I will apply another layer of base coat just to help with the evenness, especially since we will be stamping on top of that, so you don't want it to be lumpy or bumpy, because you will be able to tell when you stamp it down that it's kind of lumpy and not even. Right, very fast, we're already into the stamping part of the video, because quite a lot of today's design is around stamping. So the first stamping plate, I really like those hearts here. I like that some of them are kind of coloured in and some of them are not. So I'm going to stamp that down. My nails obviously are very long, and often these stamping plates are kind of designed to be used on real size nails, so that's why they're usually quite small. So we do need to double stamp, but it's never a problem. You just need to be quite strategic with how you do it and remove any shapes or whatever you're stamping that is kind of cut off, because you don't want to make it look like it's been double stamped. As you can see, that you literally cannot tell that's been double stamped, which is exactly what you want. So this is the Care Bear Classics plate number 1. And then they had this full cover, it said Care Bear, and I thought it kind of had the hearts in between the Care Bear wording, and I thought, it is a Care Bear, so it's going to be quite handy to stamp that down. So here we are, and I'm stamping it down the center of the nail because I'm trying to do an ombre. So we've got pink and red, so we've got pink at the top and red at the bottom, and in order to blend it together, you just want to swipe a couple of times on your stamping plate and then pick it up, and that's your blend. You want to keep swiping until you basically see the blend that you want. And now I need to stamp a couple more times just to finish up the design. So I needed to stamp another red, and then I need to stamp another pink as well. So we're doing that now. We're going to stamp that above. There we go. And that's our nail done. Again, you literally cannot tell that it's been double stamped, and that's exactly what you want. And those are going to be our two finished full cover stamped nails. Now this other plate here, this one says classic number 1. Maybe the other one was number 10. I never had a 0 and a 1, or am I just going crazy? This one has really nice Care Bear, full Care Bears on here, which is really cute. And this one had a heart on the tummy, so I thought I'll pick this one up. The pink I'm using here is from Moe London. The black is from Born Pretty, so you don't have to rush too much about getting that one because they're around anyways. But the Moe London, of course, not. And I am also going to use this brownie nudie shade, which is also from Moe London, and we're going to colour in the Care Bear. I've actually never really, I don't even know what colour they're supposed to be, but that's kind of the beauty of stamping. Whatever colours you're using for your design, you can just like colour in your Care Bear with that, just to kind of tie in with what you're going for, and it, you know, kind of suits the design. Because often with stickers, like when you get stickers, they're just the one set colour. So if you're going to go for like a purple design but your stickers are blue or pink, like it doesn't always work. But with stamping, you can just colour it in on your stamper and make it work, which is why I love it so much. So we're gonna wait for that Care Bear to dry. You don't want it to be too wet, because when you stamp it down, it's gonna just mush everywhere. Imagine like having a blob of paint on your stamper and just squishing it down and it just kind of goes everywhere. You don't want that. You want it to be tacky. And since we are using since we are using gel polish, it leaves a tacky layer. So even if it dries fully and you literally just go and get yourself a cup of tea or something and it's dry by the time you come back, that's absolutely fine, because your nail is still tacky and it will transfer over. So whilst that's transferred over, that's that nail done now. So now this stamping plate here has Love You on it, and I thought that's really, really cute. And I'm using some white stamping polish. This one is from Born Pretty as well. I'm just going to kind of outline it. I've been following a lot of stamping artists on Instagram, and they've kind of given me this idea of kind of giving it an outline, and it's like such a genius idea, honestly, such a great idea, because sometimes when you stamp the wording down, because it's so thin and you've got something going on in the background, it will just disappear, and I really wanted the wording to pop, so giving it this white background will make it pop and not kind of disappear, obviously, and also, yeah, just kind of looks cool. I like it. So we're going to do that as well. So we're going to colour that in. Again, I'm just using a random nail art brush, whatever you want. Make sure you're not too rough, not too like heavy-handed when you're colouring in, because if you're a bit too rough and too forceful, you may just scrape off what you've just stamped underneath. So you have to be quite gentle and just kind of glide the polish around. Again, just let that sit. I only let the ones sit that are colouring at the back, because quite often I'm a bit like, I rush and sometimes I might use just too much stamping polish. Quite wasteful of me, but I just end up doing that sometimes by accident, and so I need to wait for that to dry, because I can see there's like a lot of it there, so I can't stamp until that is dry. So here is another stamping plate. This one is Care Bear Unlock the Magic, and I can't see the number, but I might end up moving it, I might see it. But here we go, we've stamped the Love Ya. So this is the final part now. This one just had some cute little images at the top, so it's not really necessary to have this stamping plate. I'm stamping a little diamond at the top of the ombre nail, and then there's this little key with a heart, and I'm going to stamp that at the bottom left hand side of the nail, and that's the stamping part fragment of this video done and dusted. Basically every nail will have some stamping going on, and on this Care Bear nail I wanted to do like an outline of it. I just felt like it needed something there. We couldn't just leave it with just the Care Bear there, so we're going to use some red, and we're going to give it like a circle border. So we're going to colour it in all around. So I'm going to use the red, and that's kind of just going to be the outline for later, because we are going to sugar it, and quite often with sugaring, especially when you're doing clients, you do want that colour underneath, because over time as you wear it, the glitter may just start coming off, and it's really, really handy to have the same colour underneath. So if it does start kind of flaking off, that it's not so noticeable basically. So that's what we're doing here as well. Obviously I didn't really need to do that because no one's wearing these, but just to you know, show you guys and explain what you need to do in case you are going to recreate this on like an actual nail set or like press on nails and stuff. Basically anything wearable, quite handy to have that same gel polish colour underneath. So that'll go in for a cure. Now it's time to matte top coat all of these beauties. I'm using my Vanillisa matte top coat. It does the job. I highly recommend the Madam Glam one. I love it, but I ran out, so I have to use what I've got around me. And all of these are going to go into the lamp for a cure. And then once it's out, we're going to do the sugaring part. So you could do it the other way around. I just find it quite messy. You end up getting glitter in your brush because you need to sugar the nail and then apply the top coat, and it's just a bit of a mess. So my preferred method is this way. So you'll see in just a second what I mean about that, but it just makes it easier, simpler, and just, yeah, less messy. I definitely have tried it before the other way around, and my gosh, did I have so much glitter on my brush. It was ridiculous. So here it is, all nice and matte. So we're going to go over this again with the red, the same red that I used before, and we're going to colour it in again. But it's kind of nice because you've already got the outline there, so you don't have to be too, well, you have to be careful, but you don't have to, focus too much about getting the lines perfect because it's already there. As long as you just don't go over it, you're Gucci basically. So you're going to colour that in. Before popping it into the lamp, you will sprinkle on some glitter on top of that. I do just have some red fine glitter. I love sugaring. I just got so much glitter in my drawers. You probably have seen already on my like short side of things, but lots of glitter, lots of options. So I always like to include where I possibly can. But here it come. And then I use this container. It's from just some like, I don't know, foam, just reuse and recycle, guys. I just found this little like cap of something I had, maybe some like shaving foam or something, and ever since it's just been perfect because it's plastic, so I can like squeeze it. So I sprinkle on the glitter on top and I use that to collect it, and then when I'm ready I just kind of squeeze the sides and just pour it back into the container. It literally works like a charm. I really recommend it. And then I'm going to go ahead and cure that. Once it's cured, grab a brush and just, you know, get rid of any excess, and that's the nail done. Now finally, on this ombre nail down the center, we're just going to do a quick simple crystal placement, nothing crazy, just a couple of AB crystals with a bow. Then pop that into the lamp for a cure, and that's your set done. I'm going to show you guys the final result any second now. There we go. I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I would love to see you all in my next video. Bye guys.